Hey everyone, and welcome to Kaswell's Kappa, the channel where you learn how to work on your Kappa step by step. In today's video, we're going to learn how to install ZZP or ZZPerformance ignition coil for the LNF engine. These are pretty much their version of the ignition coils or coil packs. They're supposed to be a high voltage or higher voltage so that it helps your engine run better and more responsive. And so we're going to show you how to install that today. So without further ado, let's get to it. Alright, so where in the engine bay are the coil packs located? Well, they're going to be located under your Ecotech engine cover, or just your engine cover in general. There's going to be 4 of them, and they're all located underneath here. And to start, we'll need to remove that. So to remove this, there's only 4 pegs holding it on, no clips, no nothing. One's here, one's on the corner down here. Another is over on this spot, and another is down at this corner. Just take your Ecotech deal here, lift up like that, and go to the front, lift up, and then for the last one, just pop it up and slide it out of the way. Now that the cover is off, as you can see, we can have our coil pack connections right here, as well as our solenoid connections right here. Now, of course, we still have something in the way. We have the insulation for the engine in the way. To remove this, it's kind of simple, kind of not. What we'll have to do is we'll have to go through, remove each of the connections for the coil packs, and then we can kind of slide it through this little hole along the wire, or slide the insulation along the wire through this little hole so that it's off to the side and we have easy access to our coil packs. So to remove the coil pack connectors, there's a little clasp up top. Now usually I believe there's some locking mechanisms. I don't believe mine has them. It looks like, I believe they may be broke. But usually you would pop those out and then you'd pull it down. But for these coil packs, just press down and then slide them out like so. Just like that. And you'll do that to each of the coil packs. And I'm not sure what these may just be the gaskets. They usually don't come out, but you can just set those to the side if they do. And then the last one, come on, just like so. And if the engine is hot, be very careful. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to take our oil filler cap and we're going to remove that. I'm going to take that and set that to the side. Now that the oil cap is off, we have 3 more connections. One is going to be this Christmas tree right here. You can either snip that and then reapply it later on with a new one, or since it's a Christmas tree, you should be able to pull it straight out and it will come out of the engine. Just like so. I also hate Christmas trees, if y'all didn't know. I say that in every video, I think. Now that that is off, we're going to come down to the front of the engine. There's 2 more, and they're holding on to the turbo hose. It's like a little guide that holds it in place. You'll pull it right out, just like you can see there. Set that to the side. Once all of those are off, you should be able to take your insulation, bring it up, slide it out from the back. Be very careful. Some things still might be hooked on. See, like right here, this wire's going inside. So be very careful. Slide that through here. And then slide it through that hole, just like I said, until you got ample room to mess with everything. I might not have enough room here with how mine is set up, but I'll find a way to make sure I got enough room here. But anyways, that's how you're going to remove your insulation and get that out of the way. Alright, so here we have all 4 of our coil packs, and I do want to say one thing, and I hate that I had to do this. As you can see, the insulation is gone. It was beyond repair, and it was falling apart, so I did have to cut it out, which y'all know me, I hate doing. I'd rather restore and repair than to destroy. So that is something that I had to do, and I don't like doing that, obviously. But it was beyond repair, so, and of course parts wear out, so I did have to do that. But we do have some plans for the engines anyway, but with how far gone that piece was, I had to remove it. So now that we have a view, as we can see, we have all 4 of our coil packs on. These are all held on by one individual 10mm bolt. To remove these, it's real simple. Just, take something and loosen it up there. Once that is removed, take your bolts out. Careful, they may still be hot. My engine isn't super hot right now. Whenever you do work on anything involving the engine, especially since it's aluminum, it's soft, make sure that the engine is cool enough to where it won't strip whenever you're tightening something down. So that is a word of caution. So now that all 4 of these bolts are out, all we got to do is take our coil pack, grab it nice and snug, and sometimes twisting helps too, and just pop it right out like that, and do it to each one of them, just like so. Now with the coil packs off, something that's always good to practice, check each individual spark plug hole and make sure that there is no debris inside. And whenever you remove these, make sure there's no debris around it to begin with that can escape into these spark plug holes, which it looks like there's nothing in there. So we're good to go on installing our new plugs. Alright, so now we're going to install our new ZZP ignition oil packs. Now these do come with their own screws. So what you're going to do here is these screws here, as you can see there's a seal here, and it actually comes with two O-rings. The first one's going to go at the very top. This is for the seal on the top. The second one, you'll slide, and this will be for underneath. So you got one underneath and you got one on top. This is to help prevent dust, dirt, and grime from entering anywhere into the thread. Or not really the thread, but into the system in general. Next, what you're going to want to do, take a little bit of oil. You're going to want to seal it, just a very thin layer. Same with here where it seats on the engine. This is to help keep a good seal, and it will keep dirt and grime from getting into the spark plug chamber. After that is done, you'll simply take this. You can take your screw out if you need to, and you're going to press it down until it's fully seated, like so, onto the spark plug. And then we can reinstall the bolts. And once that is done, we'll show you how to do that as well. Once that's done, you'll do the same thing to all 4. Alright, so now that we got all of our coil packs on there, and we have our bolts just snug at the moment. Remember, these are 10mm bolts. Now whenever you torque these on, it's going to be 10 Newton meters or 89 inch-pounds. And you're going to do that to each boot. So I got my torque wrench here set to 10 Newton meters, and we're going to torque these down. So all those are torqued down now. Now what we can do is we can insert our connections. If you have the insulation, make sure the insulation is put down first. I don't have mine yet. Well, I have mine. It's just I had to remove it like I said earlier. You'll make sure to put it back where it needs to be. Then you can put on your coil pack connections one at a time. One thing, make sure your coil pack connections have that white piece in there as well as the red gasket. You want to make sure it has both. That helps keep out dirt and grime. So connect them here. Make sure this piece here, this part of the wire, is underneath the connector. So all 4 of those are connected. Now what you can do, now that your insulation is back on, your connections are there, you're going to take your oil cap, make sure to put that on like so. Make sure to get the Christmas tree part here. Put that back into place there. Make sure it's snug. I hate those. Next, what you'll do, grab the connections for your turbo line if you have the turbo 2.0 engine. Snap that in place, and then make sure your turbo hose is snapped into place. I'm missing that one on there. I just only have one. Once those are in place, you can take your engine cover and you can pop it on. And once your engine cover is on, you have completed this procedure. Good job. Alright, thank you so much for checking out the video. I hope that it helped you out today. I want to remind you to check out the Kaswell's Kappa Center at kaswellkappa.wixsite.com, where you can get all of the info regarding the Kappa platform, whether it's the service manual, TSBs, or even, cool historical documents such as advertisements that they played back then. but it's pretty much everything you need for the Kappa. And well, that's all I have for y'all today. Be sure to check it out next time, and I'll see y'all then. Until then.